My name is JiggythePoo, and the save file is JiggythePoo.
One. Yo, what is up, gamers? Yeah. Welcome to the Save File Podcast, where like every video game character, every gamer has an origin story to tell. I'm your host, Goldlight, and today's guest on episode 23 of the Save File Podcast, my friends. I have here the one and only JiggythePoo. What's up, man?
What's going on, man? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Honestly, I'm so damn happy you're on here. I be coming by your streams a lot. Good vibes. Plus, you play Mortal Kombat, so that's what we got something in common.
Yeah, man.
It's awesome. So how you feeling today, bro?
I'm feeling good, man. Can't complain, man. Feeling real good.
So how you doing out there with everything going on?
Taking it day by day. You know, I never thought I would be alive to go through something like this. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little different. You know what I mean? I never thought I'd be going through a pandemic, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, strange times for a lot of people, man. And
yeah,
it's insane too. Like a lot of
I'm just waving at everybody.
Oh yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Just waving at everybody. What's up, Woody? Big time. I mean, Big Amish. What's up, Big Amish and Platinum? What's up, everybody? Matthew, Bobo. What's going on? Beans.
Yo, what's up, Hybrid?
What is up? I'm glad you folks were able to make it. I know I'm on real early. I'm glad y'all able to make it though, man.
Of course. I see y'all showing love in the chat already. Keeping it active, keeping it hype. Much love, y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all are amazing. See,
this is
why I like y'all in here, man. We stalk you, that's why. Hey, I mean, obviously, you're definitely proving you right now, for sure.
Hey, man, that's my crew, man. That's my crew. Everybody in here, everybody in that chat right now, and there'll be some that trickle in later. But yeah, that's my crew, man. That we roll together, bro.
Yeah. All right, so tell us about your first experience with gaming.
Well, first experience with gaming. What's up, Ronan? Basically was a shock to it would be a shock to you. Basically, it was in Gonzales, Texas.
Okay.
My father was going hunting, and I was too young to go hunt. So he had one of those Atari, the wood grain ones. I forgot. It wasn't a 2600. It was like the ones that came out like right when Atari dropped. And I was just sitting on the couch while he was cleaning his gun and stuff because he was going rabbit hunting. He likes to rabbit hunt. And he told me, he said, call me by my name, of course. And then he said, when I get back from hunting, you better know how to play this game. And I'm like, I don't know what it is. So he gave me the controller, you know, the Atari joystick with one button. And he said, you need to know how to play this because it's a two-player. We need to play together. Basically, you run from the ghost and you try to eat up all the chips. So it's Pac-Man.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. So basically, I sat there all day because, you know, when you're a kid, like 5 years old, 4, I never forget it because, you know, when you're a kid, back in the 80s, you really respect your parents and you're kind of scared of your parents.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So basically, when you told me to, you better know how to play this game, I was on it all day, all day, and I was like, man, I got to know how to do it. I don't want my dad to be mad at me. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I was on there all day. He was hunting. He hunted all day. And he, of course, came back with some kills and stuff. And as soon as he stepped in the house, he said, you know how to play that game? I said, yep. And we ended up playing the game after he cleaned the food and gave it to my mom and, you know, took a shower and stuff. He came downstairs and we played for an hour or so. But he said, well, you're playing pretty good. You know, good for your first day of playing. So that's how I learned that was my first time ever playing a video game.
Why was your father so keen in you learning, though?
Because he actually liked video games at that time.
Okay.
Especially Atari, you know, because, you know, Atari had just dropped, I guess, not too long ago or something like that. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But he liked playing. He liked doing it.
Yeah.
So I guess he wanted somebody to play with. He had 2 joysticks, and my mom didn't play that stuff. So I guess he wanted me to play. I never asked him, to be honest with you. I don't know. I'm just guessing what I would think, knowing my old man. So I'm thinking that's why he did that.
Nice. Would you say you're grateful for that experience?
Oh yeah, yeah. That's what got me into gaming. So like during the summers and stuff, when it wasn't time for school and nobody was watching TV, you know, back in the day they had that wood grain TV where you had to, you know,
yep.
When nobody was watching TV, I was on the what you call it, on the game. I was on the game. So that's what got me into gaming.
Nice, man. Yeah. When's the last time you played Pac-Man though?
About 2 years ago. It was the Pac-Man DX Championship, where it's just like totally different now. It's like
crazy.
Ridiculous. It is ridiculous now, man.
Very modern, I guess you could say. Very modern.
Yeah.
Got to put all them RBGs everywhere and crazy sound effects.
And it's like, it's whoa. It's like, it's crazy, man. It's like when you're getting ready to, like after you get the power pill or something, man.
It's like, it's
like
everything
it's
just
totally
changes.
different, man. It's totally different. If y'all haven't checked out the Pac-Man DX Championship or whatever, check it out. Totally different. Totally different.
It's insane. It's definitely next level stuff. I don't know who the engineer was, the lead engineer for that, but they were on some. They're like, all right, let's take this to the next. Let's put some Super Saiyan juice into this. Let's go.
Because you're moving fast as hell now, man.
Yeah, dude, it's insane.
I'm like, damn.
How to adapt, dude. All right, man. Well, the first topic we're going to get into is character creation. So basically a background on your life and how you became you to this day, sir. So, JiggythePoo, that name. How'd you concur with that name?
Basically, I've been through all kinds of names, man. Hell, it was Jiggy JGA, which is my initials, and then it was like after I watched Black Dynamite movie, I changed it to Black Dynamite, and then I got rid of it, and then somebody I went through all kinds of stuff, man. You know, all kinds of changes, but a lot of people, well, my cousins basically, and the band of the Pooh know them as Mr. Andrus and come on, what's the other one? King Prowler. They're the ones that actually gave me Jiggy, and I was asking them like, why are you guys calling me Jiggy, man? I'm like, where the hell did that come from? And they're like, they told me, I don't know. We're just gonna call you Jiggy. So I said, you know what? Okay, cool, fine. I could be Jiggy. Okay, fine. So because they wouldn't stop calling me that, so I'm like, okay, I'll just run with it. Basically, the Pooh came a little bit before I started streaming. Not too long after that. I mean, about a year or two before I started streaming. Okay. Basically, I said, well, and this was Gears of War time. A lot of Gears of War. I think I changed it Gears of War 2, I believe. And my first mod before Liquid Beans came on board was Big Bad Worm. Me and him used to play a lot of Gears. So basically I was like, okay, my name is Jiggy JGA. I don't like the name anymore, so let me just go ahead and change it. So what can I change it to? And I'm like, thinking, brainstorming. So I said, well, I want to make people mad when I kill them online. So you know how you get to see, you get to see then who killed you. Yeah. You know, at the bottom. So when they read the name, they'll get upset, like, who the hell is Jig? You know. Yeah. So I said, let me change it to JiggythePoo, as in JiggythePoo, as in POOH. So they could be like, man, how's a dude named after Winnie the Pooh killing me like that? So it was going to be POOH, as in Winnie the Pooh. But after thinking about it, I was like, it's a little too soft. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go with JiggythePoo, as in I am the shit. So you got to imagine how many times my name has been reported because it has Pooh in it. You know what I'm saying? Because
imagine.
Man, it has been reported so many times. It's like even after I became a Mixer partner, it still gets reported. It still gets reported. So it's like, that's why I went with Jiggy the Pooh. So when I kill you, hey man, the Jiggy, I'm the shit is keeps killing you, man. You know, but at the same time, it kind of works against you. So it's like, you know, you keep getting killed. They're like, man, fuck a Jiggy the Pooh. He ain't the Pooh. So it kind of works. It's like some days I play like I am the shit, and sometimes I play like shit. So that's why I say Jiggy the Pooh.
It covers both realms of skill.
Exactly.
Your good days and bad days. And adding the poo when you're murking on somebody, you know, that's that little salt to the fucking L right there.
Exactly.
That's brilliant. How long did it take you to think of that?
Honestly, a couple of days, because I didn't change it right away. I would be at work thinking about it, or washing the car thinking about it, because I got tired of paying $10 every time to change your name. You know, so it's like, you know, with the Xbox, every time you change your name, you got to pay $10.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I've been through $60 changing my name from different names, to where I'm like, look, I need to find a name and stick with. So that's what Jiggy the Pooh. I was like, you know what? I'm stick with this because it just rolls right off the tongue.
And you could get it damn near anywhere, because nobody's going to think of that.
Exactly. Except on Instagram.
Really? Who has it?
Dude, I don't know who has it, but they have my logos and everything. It's official Jiggy the Pooh.
Well, somebody false claiming right now. Somebody out there false claiming.
I said, damn, I made
it. Something.
Yeah, I reported it. I did report it, but nothing came of it yet.
You probably need more clout for them even consider your
that's
report.
what I'm saying. Yeah, it's my official one doesn't have enough follows and stuff like that. I don't know. So I just let it roll. I said I'll stick with the official Jiggy the Pooh.
Where you
What's
from?
the name? The name is Jiggy the Pooh. That's
all
one word. Yeah, it's all one word. More reports my first. Yeah, I would like Jiggy the Pooh. But anyway, I'm from. I was born in Conroe, Texas.
Oh, you're in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Where you at now?
Houston, Texas.
H-Town. Okay, I'm near Austin.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Dude, I need to start finding more Texan streamers, dude. We all need to link up and do something.
Hell yeah.
Do some charity streams, like physical charity. Anyway, that's a whole nother idea I got. Anyway, mind blown. Awesome. Texas. Awesome. So how was it like growing up there?
In Conroe, I mean, you know, Conroe is like country, you know what I'm saying? Basically, my dad had just I guess graduated from college, and you know, get a job in Mobile. He worked at Mobile Oil. He was an accountant. So I was born at Conroe, but every 4 to 5 years we end up moving to wherever he was needed. So I never really had a place to call I grew up here until I moved to Houston. So basically we moved from like Conroe, Texas to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, then North Richland Hills, Texas, then Houston, Texas, and I'm pretty sure I missed Gonzales, Texas. I moved a lot. Yeah, I moved a lot.
So when did you arrive at H-Town?
1994.
Why'd y'all stay there? What changed?
Well, basically, my dad got tired of moving around, and he told his job that they wanted to move him, I think, back to Louisiana or something like that. And he said he's tired of moving his family around after 15, 20 years of moving.
Yeah.
So basically when he did that, he said, you know what? I can't do it no more. And that's when he hit the glass ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
So after he hit the glass ceiling, because they didn't want to pay him anymore. Some young guy, and this is recent information that I found out not too long ago, talking to him about his past with the, his job.
Yeah.
Because it ended so abruptly. And they before he quit or whatever, he, they brought in like a new kid that was fresh out of college, and with his extensive experience of accounting, they asked him to train him. So he's sitting here training this kid, and kid's about 25, 26.
Mm-hmm.
After he trained him, about 6 months later, that kid is his boss. Of course, making more and everything. So my dad said after that happened, he said he went and he retired. So he trained his new boss.
So why did they do your dad like that, though?
I have no idea.
I was thinking, like, what? This young cat got an education or what? Like, what's up?
Hey, man, I have no idea. I don't know how Fortune 500 companies run.
Damn.
But it's
like that. That's how they run.
Yeah, and the way I figure is that if you're not going to do what we ask you to do, well, we're going to train your boss. We're going to train the new guy, and you're going to train him, and we're going to make you think he's going somewhere else, but he's going to end up being your boss. So that's just some of the cold, ice stabs, in the side. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that business does that. Business, do that.
Yeah.
That's just what they do.
They're cold, man.
So it's just the way of the world, man, and that's why it's like if you say no, you're cutting your feet off, cutting your legs and feet off because you're not going to move up anywhere. Because they want you to go where they want you to go.
Mm-hmm.
You tell them no. There's always going to be somebody else that's going to do the job. So even and I'm thinking that he thought he had I say some work credit, you know what I mean? Like, hey man, I've been working for you damn near 20 years. I moved everywhere you wanted me to move for 20 years. Can I just not leave Houston? And I'm thinking that's what he was thinking. But when you work for a company, because basically what he did was of course accounting, but he will also go to these oil platforms and do inventory and stuff like that. And we talking millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah.
So he would go, fly on the helicopters and all that to go out there and all that and do inventory and come back, report, and things got to be accounted for. So that's what he did, and I just guess he got tired of moving, man. I would have got tired of moving after 20 years of service, moving like that.
Hell yeah.
Always uprooting your family and stuff. So, and you to hit a glass ceiling too. That's the glass ceiling that people don't really talk about.
Yeah.
So it's my old man knows firsthand what that's all about.
How's he doing nowadays?
Well, he has his own business. He does medical billing.
Nice.
And
okay.
yeah, so he has his own business.
Kudos to him.
I used to work there for like 9 years or so.
Mm-hmm.
And I end up leaving to go work somewhere else because at that time it was still coming up. You know what I'm saying? The business was still coming up, and you know how when your business first starting off, sometimes things just they're not meeting. So I had my son, so I had to go out there and make sure I had a steady paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
So I went out there and I had to get another job with doing medical billing, what he taught me.
Yeah.
There's no hard feelings or anything like that. It's just, I had to go to where I can get a steady paycheck because I'm a married man with a kid.
And you had to go out and do what you had to do, man. Yeah,
but now it's totally different now. Honestly, all BS aside, I'm supposed to be back over there by now. But I've been so focused on streaming and kids and stuff. I haven't made my way back over there yet because it's a lot of work when you're working for yourself. It's not just do your job and then go home. So it's like, I know if I was to go over there now, I'll be working twice as hard, but at the same time, it would be my own. And in all reality, all bullshit aside, I'm supposed to be back over there, and I'm trying to make my way back over there this year.
Okay. Well, good luck to you on that journey, man.
Mm-hmm.
So
Thank you, man.
You're welcome. So You moving around a lot, especially in your childhood, how did you take that?
Honestly, I was just like, okay, moving again. I had to go to my friends who I would know for like known for like 4 or 5 years. All
Mm-hmm.
right, I'm leaving. I had good times with you, and I'm not going to be back next school year. And best of luck to you. And that was it. I would have to ride my bike around to my friends' houses,
Mm-hmm.
telling them bye. When I was old enough to do that. At the other time, when I was younger, they would just. But when I was old enough to, because back in the day, you could ride your bike 10 miles and nothing. It wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
But of course, it's different these days. You can't even let your kids go outside too far.
Yeah.
But it's like back then, the deal is just like, okay, be home before street light. You know what I'm saying? So be home before street light, and I would be all over the place, all over the place. Just had to make sure I was home before. Well, he would say sundown. So other than that, I would just ride everywhere, tell everybody bye when I was old enough. And then when I was able to do that, that's when I moved to Houston. I didn't have to do it anymore. But Houston was too damn big. It was too damn,
Yeah. Yeah.
So I couldn't even if y'all went to the same school, there's no way I could ride my bike all the way to wherever somebody else was.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just too big.
So after the Atari, you playing Pac-Man. What were some of the next gaming consoles that were in your life?
Sega Master System.
Okay.
Yeah, I had the Sega Master System. My dad bought it from a guy at work. Basically, he got a deal from him. He bought the Master System in like 30, 40 games,
Mm-hmm.
and brought it home, and it replaced the Atari. So I was playing games like Ghostbusters and Rambo and Shinobi. What else? Raston. Trying to think of all them damn games. Fantasy Star, all kinds of games.
You ever played the Street Fighter Mortal Kombats?
Not on Sega Master System. I had that on Super Nintendo.
Oh, okay. So you had both consoles.
Well, I had the Super Nintendo. No, I had the Sega Master System. Then after that, I went to Super Nintendo. I didn't have a Nintendo NES.
Okay, all right.
So my friends, they kind of shunned me because I didn't have a Nintendo. I had the Super. I had a Sega Master System and Sega Master Race. Yeah, I had a Sega, man, and they didn't like that at all, man. They were like, "Boo, boo, Nintendo." So I didn't have that. I had a Super Nintendo, so I skipped that part and went straight to Super Nintendo. And
that's when you became cool again.
Yeah. But I was one of the first to have a Super Nintendo at the time because the Super Nintendo was super high.
You were that one. All right.
Yeah. So basically, and I had that $80 Street Fighter 2 game.
Oh, okay.
When everybody was at playing, I'm like, I play Street Fighter at my house. And they're like, you liar. And, so basically I had it on the big screen. Like right when you open the door, you can see the TV. And I said, I'll show you. They all was out there just mad. Yep. And I said, I'll play Street Fighter at my house on Super Nintendo. And they were jealous. But I was like, y'all made fun of me when I didn't have my Nintendo. So I skipped Nintendo, went straight to Super Nintendo. And a lot of people didn't even know Super Nintendo was out. They didn't know that. Mm-mm.
What, commercials didn't exist or what?
I have no idea. Honestly, I had no idea. Most of the time back then, everything was done through gaming magazines. So if you didn't really see gaming magazines or didn't read them or didn't buy them, you didn't know about it. Mm-hmm. I went to one of my best friends at that time in Dallas. Well, I keep saying Dallas, North Richland Hills. Good to be at least you know about North Richland Hills. I went to North Richland Hills. When I lived there, closer to Fort Worth. Yeah, I should say Fort Worth and not Dallas. But I went to my friend named Chuck, and when Super Nintendo dropped, he had it. And this is at that time. What grade? Seventh grade. Seventh grade. So he had it, and I was like, Chuck, what is this? He's like, "That's a Super Nintendo, man. It dropped today." Now I never knew what his dad did, but they had one of the biggest houses on the block.
Okay.
So yeah, and my dad had the big house too, but his was big. And the kid, Chuck had the what you call it, the tree house and all that shit.
Oh, yeah.
So, he had everything that came out right away, So basically me and him were the only ones that Super Nintendo at that time. Like right when it came out, because I went home and I told my dad about it. So we got our Super Nintendo, and we were trading games. Not really trade. I keep saying trading, but like borrowing. We wouldn't trade like, all right, here's my game. I want that game. Let's trade.
Mm-hmm.
We would say trading, but it's more like just borrowing each other's game, and then after about a week or two, give it back. So that's what we did, and I had a lot of his shit. So basically, yeah. So basically, when it was time to move, my dad told me, "Hey, we're leaving today, man. We got to go." And I had a whole shitload of stuff of Chuck's stuff. So, and Chuck was on vacation. So I rode my bike to his house, and I was like, man, nobody's going to be here. But I put all his stuff in front, and I went to the back door, and I put everything in front, under the cover, under the cover port, like right by their back door where nobody could see it, stacked everything up, put everything on top,
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't leave with his stuff, like steal it, So I left all that stuff over there, and I felt bad, but I don't know. At that time, I didn't know what else to do because they weren't there. So, and I was like, you know what? I have to just leave it here and just hope that it stays here. And, that's just, at that time, I believed in karma. I still do today.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't want anything bad, any bad karma, or because my dad always taught me, you don't steal, you don't lie, you don't cheat, you don't steal. So if I would have left with his stuff, that would have been stealing. So I made sure that I just left it there, and I just hope to God that he got it.
Hopefully Chuck hears this and be like, "Yeah, I got it.
Yeah,
I got it, Jiggy. I got it."
Yep.
Of course. So, how was the relationship with your dad? Seems like you speak about him a lot with pride.
Yeah. We, with my dad, taught me a lot. And I love my old man. I love my dad. He's my dad. So there's a lot of ups and downs. Just like any. Yeah, you only got one dad, man. So so there's a lot of ups and downs. Just like anybody growing up in that time, you know what I'm saying? Especially with my dad dealing with the job and stuff that he dealt with at that time. It was just a different era, man. And it's as I'm a parent myself. There's just certain things that I didn't have to deal with on his level. And I'm talking about glass ceilings and stuff like that. Usually anytime I wanted something, and I'm talking about me now, if you have proof that you deserve it, you got it. He would do stuff, and he would deserve it, but they wouldn't give it to him. So it was a different time, and the reason I say that is because since it's a different time, it can lead to like drinking and being upset, being mad. When you get home, and it was hard for him sometimes just to leave it outside. You know what I mean? It was like when you walk in your house, leave the problems outside. That's the way that I live my life. And I know he tried his best to do it, but it didn't happen all the time. He would be in the house pissed off. I never knew why he would be pissed off until now.
Mm-hmm.
Because we had that conversation not too long ago, and I finally understand. And you can forgive a little bit better, when you understand. So I had to understand to forgive and move on. Just the littlest things could piss him off. It could be like a little piece of paper on the floor. Why didn't you pick that piece of paper up? That kind of shit.
Yeah.
So sometimes it would be like, the warden's home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it happens like that, and like I said, it's just at that time period was a different period, and I'm talking about like 87 to 89.
Yeah.
Those were a tough year. Those were tough years.
So what were so now that you are a father and a married, what are some lessons that you carried over from your father?
Well, basically, you have to, no matter what happens at the job or what happens out there on the streets or whatever like that, can't bring that shit home, man. You can't bring it home. You can't lay it on your spouse, can't lay it on your kids. You have to be able to take a deep breath, open the door and walk in with a different attitude. It's very hard to do. But, you know, you have to be able to do that to make it last. Because I've been with the same woman for 17 years. And we've been married for 15.
Congrats.
So I appreciate it, man. Basically, from what I learned from my past experience of watching my parents,
Hmm.
um, hear your spouse out, hear her out, or if you're a woman, hear your man out, or whatever it is. Hear your spouse out. Hear what they have to say. Listen. Don't be so much of a dictator. You know what I'm saying? Don't be. There's a difference between dictator and tyrant. Don't be a tyrant. Um, Hear them out because sometimes they have good ideas, and sometimes you gotta hear how they feel. Because what I understand, this is just my experience.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Females want to be heard. You understand? They want to be heard, and it's they don't want to act like they don't exist. You know what I mean? They
Yeah.
they want to have a presence,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what my mom complained about a lot. Is that it was such a tyrant, like you know, his way or the highway. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do it like this. We'll do it like that. Not compromising. So that would lead into I not ashamed to say, but 94, 95, my parents did get divorced. So had to go live with my mom, and how the normal thing is, you would every Wednesday and every other weekend you go with dad.
Mm-hmm.
That's just basic. That's just basic child support. That basic setup. Every Wednesday, the dad can pick you up, and then go eat dinner or whatever, and then come back, and then every other weekend you would be with your dad.
Yeah.
So that's how that went for till 98, 99, till I got a little bit older. But that was a tough time for my old man. For my old man, that was a tough time, and I tried to be there as much as I could for my old man
Mm-hmm.
because he was hurting, but at the same time, when we would talk, he was like, "Man, you know, I could have been better. I should have been better." And then just listening to him let me know what not to do. Well, actually, seeing and listening let me know what not to do.
Learning from example.
Yeah.
How's your
Say,
relationship?
it's like I already been married the same amount of length as my parents were married before they got divorced, 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of my main goals at the beginning when I got married, to make it 16 years. So I'll be like, all right, I beat my parents in marriage, and I did get married young, the same thing that they did. So I just had my kids a lot later. My dad had me like when he was like 21 or
Mm-hmm.
22, something like that. I didn't have my first child till I was 27. So, the main thing, that one of my main goals was to make sure if I'm going to get married, that I actually really love the woman, and, that I really love her, that I could sit here and listen, when she's upset, listen to her and be, make sure that we're friends. We dated for 2.5 years, three, and we were together all the time. All the time we're together. And, I'm just evaluating her, she evaluating me. And we realized that we really clicked.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, you know what? Let's do it. And we've been good to this day. Now, when I started the streaming thing, that's a different story that we probably can get into. Yeah, that's something different. But other than that, of course, we still love each other, and it's not just for the kids. We actually really do love each other. We still go out on dates and stuff like that. Everything's gravy. So basically, to answer your question, I just learned by example of what not to do.
Mm-hmm. How was your relationship with your mom?
Oh, that's fine. That's cool. I lived with her most of my life. She said, matter of fact, she just called me today. Hell, I live right down the street from my mother.
Nice.
Yeah, I live right down the street. So she watches the kids, especially during this time, like since everything that's going on right now. She watches the children and stuff like that while we're at work or whatever. She's a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
She did work at the post office, but she stopped doing that and went to teaching. So she's off right now because the schools are out. So she's sitting at the house and she's watching her grandkids.
Mm-hmm.
So we're fine. We good.
Okay, so we kind of digress from the whole beginning of your gaming career. So with Super Nintendo, you did all the flexing, which was much deserved.
Yeah, man.
What came out? So did you get the Super Nintendo, or did you get the N64?
Yes, I did.
Okay,
I did
tell us about that.
But that's back when I was working. You know what I'm saying? I worked at KB Toys. I worked at KB Toys, and yeah, I got the system, and didn't really like it too much.
What? Why?
Nah, I was more of a PlayStation kind of guy.
Okay, then that makes sense. Okay, what'd you mostly play on PlayStation?
Damn, man. What did I play on the PlayStation?
Good question. And hell yeah, GoldenEye. GoldenEye is the best.
I played a lot of Metal Gear Solid. I played Street Fighter, the Alpha series.
Yep.
Need for Speed. What else on PlayStation? What's that one? I know I played a lot of Metal Gear Solid, but what is? Damn, I'm hitting the mic. What is? Damn, I'm trying to think of old games, man.
Well, how basic you trying to get?
I did Resident Evil 1 and 2. When I think Resident Evil 2 was like 4 discs or something. I don't remember, like 2 discs or something like that. But I did Resident. Yeah, I went to EB Games. EB Games. God of War. Yeah, I played God of War. No, God of War was on PS2.
I think that was PS2. Yeah, that was PS2.
Yeah, that was PS2. But we're talking about PS1, man.
Yeah. Was it Spyro, Crash Bandicoot, Tekken, Final Fantasy? Final
Fantasy. I'm trying to think what else, man.
Still that one you haven't thought of? Any Tony Hawks?
A little bit. A little bit.
Tony Hawks?
A little bit, man. A little bit. I didn't do Parasite Eve. I don't think I did Parasite Eve.
What do you mean, LOL, Tony Hawk? Tony Hawk is great. Don't be hating, Platinum. Tony Hawk was great.
I don't know what else, man. I think that's it. I can't really remember, man. I can't remember.
It's all good. It's all SSX. Man, that was on PS2, bro. That was also PS2.
PS1. I can't remember anymore, man.
Okay, so PS1.
I did remember Good to Be Ali, those demos in the magazines. They don't do that.
I know, dude. Those were amazing. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, like I used to sell those.
Really?
Not gonna lie. Yeah, I used to get $5 each, and I got them for free. I used to sell them, dude. Yeah, I lived in the trailer park, so I had a lot of kids there. Yeah, there's a lot of kids there.
Damn.
Listen, I wanted to get some money for my N64 games. Okay, no,
I got you,
I need
man.
it. Then when that Smash Bros came out, I had to. I got to figure out how I needed it. I gotta have this game and the extra controller. I only had 3. I needed 4. Damn, good times. So did you move on to PS2 or Xbox?
PS2. I was on PS2 for a long time. Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, dude, that game is worth so much damn money if you got the original stuff on PS2. What else on PS2? I played a lot of PS2, man. God of War series, God of War 1, 2. God of War 2 came out towards the end, when people were getting on the 360. And so, PS2. Oh, one of my favorite games, Street Fighter Alpha, was the Batman animated series. Did y'all play that game? It was a Batman animated series game on PS2. I loved the hell out that game.
Was it like a Telltale, or it was like
no.
Like
it was
adventure
like
type deal, action adventure.
It was like action adventure.
Okay.
That game was off the chain. I played that game so many times, man. It was, Harley Quinn and the Joker.
Nice.
I don't think it was side scroll. No, I don't think it was side scroll. I really loved that game. Damn, there's so many damn. I played the Warriors. I played the Warriors on Xbox. Yeah, on Xbox. Damn.
Dang, going back, it's just like so many games.
Yeah, Gran Turismo. I remember.
Gran Turismo was definitely in a game.
Oh man, all the hours I put in the Gran Turismo trying to get money to buy cars. Man.
Yeah, dude. Insane.
Trying what the hell else, man? Damn it.
I'm like leading you to like parts in your brain you haven't touched in so long.
Yeah, I'm like, it's so many damn games, man, and it's like, golly. And then you got all these games that you have now. It's all just
shenanigans.
It's hard to find, it's hard to find the file. Let me just say it like that. It's hard for me to find my favorite like PS2 and Xbox games and stuff like that. It's going to be tough because it got so many more games piled on top of that from 360 and of course Xbox One and PS4 and all that kind of stuff. So it's just so many damn games.
Well, what is some of your favorite game series?
Well, I've always been the one to. I really like my single player games. I like the God of War series, Ninja Gaiden. Fist of the North Star games, especially the ones that were made by the Dynasty Warriors. Gundam games. A lot of games I play were mostly single player. I didn't play a lot of multiplayer until I got onto 360. But most of the games I played was single player. But yeah, some of my favorite series were like God of War series, Ninja Gaiden. I'm still waiting for Ninja Gaiden 4 to come out. I'm like, where the hell Ninja Gaiden 4 at?
That'd be a beautiful game with nowadays technology.
Yeah, it would be awesome, man. But there's only a small market for Ninja Gaiden because how hard it is. It's a very hard game. It's a very hard game. But I like the challenge in it because, what's a game? I'm tired of the hand holding on games. You know what I'm saying? Like if a game is hard, a game is hard.
Yeah.
Just like Sekiro. I was towards the end on Sekiro and I haven't went back to it. And I know for a fact if I play Sekiro now, I would have to start all over again because I done forgot how to play that game. You play for the first 10 minutes and you haven't touched. There's a guy. Which game? Sekiro?
Sekiro and Ninja Gaiden. Exactly. Which one?
They're both tough. Yeah, they're both tough. Sekiro's even tougher. But I streamed a lot of Sekiro, and people were there for my struggle. And when we would beat a boss, everybody was happy as hell.
Yeah.
So it's I can play the games regardless of the difficulty. It's just that being a variety streamer, new games come out, you got to play these games, and then other games get put back to the back burner.
Back burner,
so,
yep.
Yeah, so it's like that's why we haven't went back to Sekiro. And I love Sekiro because it's different, and I had to learn how to play it. And while I would stream it, people who I never met before, who wasn't part of the band of the Pooh, they would come in and they would be like, "Yeah, I'm looking at all these streamers, man, and y'all don't know what y'all getting yourself into. Y'all thought it was gonna be like Ninja. Sekiro's a different beast." And when he told me that, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna show you that I can play this game. And I did it, and he stayed with me for the whole 8 hours.
Okay.
So it's like no game. I don't run from games. It's just I got to be into the game, you know. And I really like Shinobi series, Ninja Gaiden series. You know, I like my fantasy games that I can't do in real life. You know what I'm saying? So if it's like Ninja Gaiden, I can't go outside and be a ninja and cut heads off and stuff like that. So it's like people ask me, Jiggy, when are you gonna do some streaming of some Madden and NBA 2K? And I would say, hey man, dude, if you want to play some football or some basketball, we go outside and do that. Let's go do it.
Yeah.
And you know, and that's why I never streamed any sports games, because it's like only sport game I probably do is boxing if they have another boxing game come out. Now if they do that, I'll be like, I would set something up with like the Band of the Pooh title and all that, and community, you know, get set up the you know, the belts and stuff, you know what I mean, man.
Yeah.
Like and do that, because I always did love Fight Night. I love Fight Night. So
Fight Night round 5. Yeah. Tyson's Punch Out. Yep.
Yeah, I played Tyson Punch Out too, man. I played. My cousins had Nintendo, but I didn't play it. I played it. That's the only time I would play it, is when I would go to their house to play it. Other than that, I didn't do Nintendo, man. But I love Nintendo games, but yeah. I couldn't have it all. I couldn't have it all. My son got everything. And when it's his birthday, he don't even know what he wants for his birthday, because he got everything. So it's like, you know, because it's like with the Xbox system, you know, you share and all that kind of stuff, man. He don't want anything. So it's like, okay, well, let's go out, let's go do this, you know. So it's like I couldn't get everything I wanted. So when it was time for me to get a game or whatever, I would know exactly what to get and stuff like that, man. So it's times have changed big time, man.
Of course. How'd you get into streaming?
Well, I told my me and Big Bad Worm were just talking one day at the office, and I said, "Hey, man, you see all these people be on YouTube, man, streaming and shit, man?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Hey, let's stream, just do it. Let's do it for shits and giggles, man. Let's just see what we can do." He said, "I ain't streaming, Jiggy. I ain't streaming, man. I ain't doing that shit. You can do it. I'll be there for you, man. You know, help you out. But I ain't doing it." And I said, "Why you don't want to do it, man?" He said, "Because it's a lot more than what you think it is." And that lets me know that he thought about it. Okay. But I was saying that, okay, what do you mean? I told him, I remember that convo too. I said, "What do you mean, man? We just get up there, we start our game and just talk to the camera, and anybody comes in the chat, we just talk to them and be like, and giggle and laugh, and then after the show, we just turn it off. Easy peasy." It ain't nothing like that.
Nope.
Nothing.
Nope.
Nothing. And he tried to tell me, and he tried to tell me, and I didn't listen to him. I just thought he was full of shit. And I was like, "Nah, man, you just being the asshole that you normally are, and I'm just gonna go ahead and do this, and you're just gonna help me." He'd be like, "You're gonna see what I'm talking about, Jiggy. You're gonna see what I'm talking about." So he say, "We did it." I said, "Okay." We started doing it. You know, I started off on YouTube, man, and starting on YouTube was different at that time because YouTube was so fucking saturated, and trying to make a name for yourself. So I was a new guy, and I would do YouTube. You'll be lucky. Of course, I had two people in there all the time. Big Bad Worm and King Prowler. You know, that's my cousin. Yeah. He gave me the name Jiggy. So they would be in there. I would always have two. And then I would have family members come in and out whenever they could come in and out. But when I started on YouTube, I was very fresh, vanilla. I didn't know anything what I was doing. So it was very, very vanilla. It was trash. It was straight trash. And
humble beginnings, man.
Yeah, man.
Gotta start somewhere. Yeah, gotta start somewhere.
That's why I didn't delete any of the game. I got on 250, 300 videos on my YouTube channel. So I was learning how to do use this software. I was trying to learn how to make videos and stuff like that. So I was trying to learn the software while doing streaming. So I didn't know where it would lead to like today, but I started off like the videos I put on YouTube. They're pieces of shit, but you could tell how I progressed.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So
tells a story.
So that's why I was like, I'm not going to delete no videos. At least I have more videos than most streamers on their channel anyway.
Yeah.
So I just left it like that. So I was streaming one game called Berserk Band of the Hawk that was on PS4. So basically, at that time, I didn't know about copyright laws and all that kind of shit. And I was streaming the game, and all of a sudden my stream went blank, and it said it was posting YouTube sign, and I was like, why is it doing that? So I kept streaming because the stream came back through, and then they let me continue to stream. So I get off, and when you can have an option to save your stream or don't save your stream. Well, I saved the stream. Now, if your stream gets banned in any country for any kind of reason, that's a 90-day ban from YouTube. Well, I didn't have a 90-day ban, complete 90-day ban from YouTube. I got banned from live streaming. The reason I got banned from live streaming is that it was some country, Israel or Iran or something like that. When I was playing the game, there would be cutscenes of the actual anime playing. So during the cutscene, it would show the anime, and then after the cutscene was over, it'd go back to the game. Well, that's what they were banning, was the anime part of the cutscene. So when I was done, YouTube put my stream key on a 90-day ban, so I couldn't even stream. And if you do that for a living, a 90-day ban is a death sentence.
Yeah.
So your channel's dead. Because you got to, I forgot what it's called. You got to keep uploading once or every day or whatever to stay in the algorithm at that, something like. So when you post a video, it would show your video so people can find it instead of being in the YouTube abyss. So I was like, oh shit, I can't do anything. And I told Worm about it. I was like, man, I can't do anything, man. He's like, well, let's go to Twitch. You gotta go to Twitch, man. We went to Twitch. Oh my God. That was a different experience. YouTube wasn't as bad as Twitch at that time. When I was doing Twitch, being the new guy, man, I didn't get a whole bunch of N words, but I got the what's the word I'm looking for? The type of troll that would build you up, and basically, for me to put in layman's terms, build you up. You're doing good, man, and be there for several streams. You're doing good, man, and I like what you do, and just keep coming back and stuff, And then all of a sudden, just one day, oh man, I've just been bullshitting. Your shit is trash, all kinds of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Build you up, build you up just to knock you down. That happened a lot on Twitch for me. You know what I'm saying? It happened a lot on Twitch for me. A lot of trolls would come in there and act like your best friend, like you're doing so damn good. and that wasn't the case. It was just a good troll mythology. I can't pronounce it properly, but it's like a real mindfuck type of
the troll methodology.
Yeah, something like that. It's a super troll, man. You know, and they will follow you. They'll be in your chat when you start, all the way till you finish, man. And then, man, fuck you, and you know all this, and your streams are actually trash. I just been here to give you hope. Fuck you, and that kind of stuff, man. So, no, it was tough, man. And I did that for like 90 days. So, yeah, so I did that for 90 days. And my YouTube thing came back. So I started going back to YouTube, and I heard about Restream. So I started restreaming to Twitch and YouTube. So YouTube wasn't getting any hits anymore because I already knew that it was a death sentence.
Yeah.
The people that would know about your channel ain't gonna know about it anymore because you're not able to stream for 3 months. So I was on the Xbox, and I seen that they had this thing called like Mixer. I said, "What the hell?" Not on the Xbox. I saw on Restream that they had this thing called Mixer, and I'm like, "What is Mixer?" Because I was even streaming to Periscope.
Yeah.
Too. I streamed to Periscope. Wasn't getting too much traffic there either. So I said, "What is this Mixer?" So I went to Mixer, and I said, "What is this?" Now this is right after it became right after it was called Beam at that, like a week or two after it went to Mixer. So I said, you know what? Let's try this Mixer thing. I'm doing Restream. Let's send to Mixer, Twitch, and YouTube. So when I connected the Mixer thing, the Mixer whatever, you know, the key stream key, I streamed for the first time on Mixer Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, and I did the story mode. I never seen so much traffic in my life. Yeah, I did the story mode for that. I still remember I met Ragnarok, and he comes in from time to time. The chat may know him. I think his name is Dragon Ragnarok or something like that. But that's where I met him at, and we had a long conversation while we were playing the game and stuff, and streaming. That's the first time I ever had like 40, 50 people in the chat talking. Now on YouTube, I would have 40, 50, even 75, but nobody would talk. You know what I'm saying? Nobody would talk. They would just watch me do ranked matches of like Injustice 2 and stuff like that. So they would just it was a dead chat. So Mixer, when I did it, I got like hell. That was the first time I got over. I think I got to like 40 follows that first day. And I was talking to Worm, and I said, you know what? Let me check out Mixer tomorrow, like the website itself. What's up, Beagle? Let me check out the website itself and see what it's all about. So I went to the website, and I'm like, wow, I never knew Mixer existed. So I'm sitting on Mixer going through all these streams, man, and I'm like, this place showed me so much love. Let me go to. I was trying to do at that time Friday 13th, but I couldn't do Friday 13th because it was glitched. So basically, on Xbox, it would keep kicking you out to the dashboard.
Okay.
One person's stream worked flawlessly, and his name was Oljin Nugin Gaming. His worked flawlessly because he was on PC.
Yeah.
So I lurked in his channel. I didn't say a damn thing in his channel because he was getting like 1,000 follows a day. You know, back then. So I'm sitting here like, man, I can't stream Friday 13th. And that's around the same time Star Wars Battlefront 2 came out. So I started to stream Star Wars Battlefront 2, and wasn't getting that much traffic because everybody and their mama was streaming it, but it was mainly one person that really streamed it at that time, and it was York Gaming. I went to York's channel and introduced myself and just started to become part of the community. You know what I mean? And he welcomed me. He was, a decent dude. Showed me everything about, he had all these videos going, buttons and all kinds of stuff. I'm like, what the fuck is all this shit? I said, I didn't know what any of this stuff was.
Yeah.
So, and I'm like, dude, I look at all this stuff and I'm like trying to figure out. I'm like, and I told him, I asked him, I said, man, what is this button? And, he said, you use sparks that you earn and you hit the button to play a video or a GIF, at that time, a GIF or whatever, and it'll be on the screen. So basically I asked him, I said, well, is that a bot or something? He said, yeah, Firebot. I was like, so he answered my questions. So I left his stream and started researching like Firebot and all that stuff. So I download Firebot to add to my stream. I altogether stopped streaming to Twitch and YouTube. I said, I'm done with what's up, Jay baby? I said I'm done with YouTube. I'm done with Twitch. I'm gonna stick with Mixer, where they showed me all that love.
Yeah.
And I was getting around 10 viewers a day, just me talking. You know what I mean? What's up, Mr. Andrews? How are you, man? And as I started to figure out and research Firebot, I realized I can do videos. So I'm like, okay, I'm already a YouTuber. I can make videos. So what I did was I would pull YouTube videos and cut them. And so when people hit the button, it'll play the clip that I want to play. So I started doing that, and I did it to York style, but I one-upped it. I said, I got to be better than this. So I took it and I went to the extreme with it. So people who've been here long enough know that I am the button king. They used to call me the button king. I don't know if anybody in the chat still remembers that, but they used to call me the button king. If you want to know all about buttons and everything what you can do, go to JiggythePoo. Okay. So I would have like 50 buttons on my damn board. So basically, when people started seeing everything that I can do, and that's why people say I'm a legend. I know why people say it, because I've done so much on this platform. So everybody noticed my board. It's no secret. Everybody knows my board. So everybody started doing it. Okay, everybody started doing the damn thing. So it was like, I'm starting to see my. I can't say it's my videos because it's not my copyrights. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? It's not. It's not. It don't belong to me. I had like predator videos and handshakes and all that kind of stuff. It's not mine. So anybody and their mama can pull it and put it on their stream. Everybody and their mama started doing it, and I'm saying like, man, look at this bullshit. So I'm like, you know what? What can I do to make sure that they can't copy? Hell, it even went all the way down to like the alerts. I was one of the first people who did GIFs as an alert, like comic book characters and all kinds of shit. Mm-hmm. And everybody and their mama started doing the same. So I was like, you know what? I had to stop, sit back. No, I wasn't I'm not live, man. I'm basically I'm hosting Gold Lion, who's interviewing me. That's why you didn't get no alert, man. What can I do to set myself apart? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Set myself apart and do my own thing, make my own footprint. So I stopped using GIFs, like GIFs you can get off of Jiffy and stuff, or whatever.
Yeah.
I stopped using that, and I slowly started to learn my software, my video software, a lot better. I studied, I asked questions, I YouTube for hours upon. I'm thinking 60 hours of research. all the way, and I'm talking about all the way to now. I'm adding everything up now.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see videos that I made from back in the day all the way to today, and how they're just totally, you know, you know, you can tell it's new over here. I mean, old to like very movie like production.
Yeah.
So basically, I started taking all those videos that I made from like pulling YouTube videos to replacing them with my own videos that I make. So basically, I wanted to have this channel, Jiggy the Poo Gaming, nothing but Jiggy the Poo. So that's why when you do these videos or buttons or anything, what do you see all over the place? You see me. Nobody can copy me. So that's why when they do like that boy good, I pop up me, that boy good. Or, you know, anything that they hit most of the time is going to be me.
Mm-hmm.
All the way down to the music, to the music videos, the rapping and all that. Me. Everything is me. You can't copy me.
Mm.
So that's why I went that route. And that's what sets me apart from everybody else, is with the level of production all the way to my creativity. Because I'm very creative. I sit here and I just think about stuff to do, and I do it. You know, and because I'm able to do it. Not everybody's able to do it.
Yeah.
I'm able to do it because I took the time to learn everything, and I'm talking hours upon hours, man. Some hours, some days, just sitting here and be like, I can't get it, and then come back the next day and sit here more hours trying to figure out one thing. So it went from pulling videos to making all my own videos. And everybody knows when you hit a video on, most of the time, if you hit a video on my channel or you do a sub command on my channel, it's going to be me, maybe dressed up as something else, or maybe saying a something, or come on, son, or whatever. It's all me. So it's like, if you see, and this is what is so awesome about it, is that if you see it anywhere else, people are going to be like, you got that from Jiggy the Poo. That's what's so awesome about it.
Okay.
So which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool, man. It's really cool.
So it's like you trademark the idea. So when everybody else does it, it's like,
It's no secret. It's no secret. It's no secret. And I don't mean cocky,
yeah.
but it's no secret. Everybody knows about my production, and that's what it's. The production level is very high. It's very high, and I get my spark. I get my spark from one of the streamers I watch is Dr. Disrespect.
Yeah,
his production level is out the level, out the chart. So I'm like, I have to work my way into being productive like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's when I started doing all my own stuff, and started doing my own thing, and then brought it to here. I get people coming from Twitch saying, "You must be the Dr. Disrespect of Mixer." They all say that shit. And I'm like, no, there's only one Dr. Disrespect, but I try to make sure that my production level is very high so people will notice me, because I always say that with me, and my community will tell you this, with me being older, as you can see, older, bald head, black male, I have to set myself apart from everybody else. I have to work 2 times harder to get noticed, because this industry is not just it's not really geared for us. I have to give the people a reason to watch me. I have to have a reason for people to watch me. And that's the thing that I do. Everybody knows that I put in so much work, so much time and effort to make myself stand apart from everybody else. That's why I have an awesome community. That's why people come to my channel to get ideas, because I think outside the box. I have to think outside the box. I have to, and I haven't did it alone. I got King Prowler, who's in the chat right now. He's helped me mix and master the music that I make. Now I'll get the beats. I'll write the raps. I'll video me doing the raps and all that. but he takes it and actually makes it sound decent. Because if I just do a rap like over, dead air, it's that's what it sounds like. Just me talking into the mic. He actually adds everything into it. So that's what he does. But everything else, that's me. That's everything. Everything else is me. So I do the videos, the lyrics, buy the beats, all that stuff, and then I send it to him. He does it. Then I do the videos like Pooh Fuel Rap, Pooh Financial, all that stuff. All that stuff I do. I make it all in my house right here, and that's what people love. Is that I give them something different that you can't get nowhere else. I went from stream to stream to stream, and all you see is this. Where's my damn?
I think I know what you're gonna.
Thank you for the follow. Thank you for that donation. And I'm like, people pay for that?
Yeah.
And I'm like, really? You're not doing anything else. You're not doing, yeah. And I'm like, oh no, man, I can't. I said I can't do that. Ain't nobody gonna pay me to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So what I do was I got to be different. And people always wonder, how does Jiggy actually have a profitable channel? And he's only part-time. Every time I go to PAX West or something, everybody's saying, I don't get it, man. I don't get it, man. How you part-time? You got everything you have. And they're talking about like my setup and videos and all that stuff. That's because the Band of the Pooh takes care of the fucking channel. If I say I need something for us to elevate, they make sure I get it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm very careful with my community, because I know what my community is.
Yeah.
I know that they take care of me. I'm very, very picky. I will host. I don't care what anybody say. I will host a fucking music channel before I host somebody I don't really like, just to say, hey, I'm hosting you, just so I don't host a music channel. I do it because I protect my community, because as you can see, they take care of the channel.
Yeah.
So why would I hand out my community to any and everybody, especially the type of community that I have? They're not able to make every stream all the time. They're not able to stay the whole stream all the time. But if I put a fucking dono goal up and say, hey, I need this, it's met like that. Like that. And that's what people can't understand. They don't understand how can Jiggy do that. It's because I developed a bond with my community. And one thing that my community knows is I will never lie to them. I will never take a single cent from them and say I'm supposed to spend it on something else and go buy something else. I see a lot of that shit. And I'm like, I don't understand how they can get away with it. I know for a fact I couldn't get away with it. I couldn't get away with it. So whenever we meet a goal, I buy exactly what I need. And I don't ask for $150 over what it costs. I try to cover taxes. If you notice, I don't know if any of the Band of the Pooh noticed, but basically any goal that I do is always short. It's always short because I'll put in my share. I never ask them to buy something. At least I do is pay the taxes. So I can say I put in too. I never ask them to pay for anything 110%. That's another reason why we meet a lot of goals, is because I got to put my share in. It's a community effort. It's not Jiggy, gimme. We barely have dono goal runs. Because I only ask when I need. Now they always pay. They always donate. They always throw in embers and all that to make sure that the channel stays up and running proper and profitable. So basically, I always say, hey, we have a Band of the Pooh fund. So basically, any game that come out, I don't have to run a dono because they already paid for it. Like this, like we already bought 2 games. We got Doom coming out, and we got One Piece. They already paid for it. So I didn't have to run no dono goals for those games. It's all about being truthful with your community. And my community knows I will never lie to them. I've only changed a dono goal one time, and it was for less. It was for, I asked for an Elgato 4K, that 4K capture card.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I don't record in 4K. I don't send out in 4K. Why do I need 4K?
Mm-hmm.
I don't need 4K. So I told them I'm changing the dono goal to the HD S Pro or whatever, the internal capture.
Yeah.
As soon as I did that, oh, Jiggy, we got this. Boom. It was done that day. Because it went from, of course, $400 only to like $180.
Yeah.
But they did it. They did it. And that's why I'm so, we don't play. I know you don't play no games.
Yeah.
So that's why I do what I do, because when it comes to the financial part of the channel,
yeah,
I don't fuck around with that, because that can make or break your channel.
Yeah,
that can make or break it. And once your community like, they're gonna stop showing up. They ain't gonna donate no money. And they're gonna be like, fuck you. And I'm like, I got to make sure that I never lie to my community, only ask when I need it, and let them take care of the channel every month, which they do, without me asking. Now, is it every day, every show? Hell no. But when it does come in, it comes in. It comes in big time. And it'd be like, they just be like, hey, got a little extra today. Here you go, Jiggy. Hey, man, I'm really enjoying this. I'm really enjoying the show today. Here you go, Jiggy. Oh man, look at that. We got an Ember train going on. Boom, 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 boom. Then they start doing it. Like I said, is it every day? No. But it's enough to take care of the channel. And whenever games come out, I never have to run a dono goal, which a lot of people do have to run dono goals. I don't. So it's like, yeah, we're not going to mention that, man. We're not going to mention that. So it's like, that's why I'm so protective of my community. And, it's just what I do. It's just me as a person, me as I protect my community like I protect my family in my house right here.
Yeah.
You have to protect your community, or they'll be snatched, or they'll leave you. They got to know that you love them just as much as they love you, and which they know I do, because they know I put in that work each and every day, man. Every time I do my show, even though it's only 4 to 5 hours, I give them the most energy that I can possibly give them every show, and that's what draws them in, because I'm talkative, I'm energetic, I'm different. I have to be different. I can't do what I just showed you, man. This here. Yeah. There's plenty of that. There's plenty of that.
Plenty.
What can I do different? I know exactly what I can do different. And ever since I made those changes and started doing my own video, going my own way, my channel's very successful. Very successful. I don't have to work as hard as a lot of folks on the platform. Yeah. And I'm not trying to be cocky. It's just the truth. I don't. And that's, and that can be a lot of reasons why a lot of people, when I go to their channels, they're so standoffish. I'm like, hey, I'm just trying to introduce myself. What are you trying to do? Steal my community, man? You know what I mean, man? It's I can't go to other people's channels, man, and feel comfortable all the time, because I'm not welcome sometimes, man, the way that I feel, because they know how my channel is. They know what I do. They know the channel's very profitable. They're like, is he trying to take my community? And it's nothing like that. I'm just trying to get some more streaming friends. But that's been very difficult for me, because nobody wants to fuck around with me. Nobody wants to fuck with me, man. Because it's like, when I get in there, man, he's here to steal my community. I can feel it, man, because I ask him questions, and if it's something that I think shouldn't really be in the chat, I'll whisper it, and it's just a feeling, and you always go with your gut feeling. So I've left many communities because I just didn't feel welcome anymore, or they lost my trust. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna go into that of whose community I left, but it's me being on this platform. I've been through a lot, and it's tough for me. It's really tough because I give too much. I give too much of a fuck to people, man. I'm always thinking the best in people instead of and trying to make things work. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just stepping back and moving on. And just recently, I had to sit down and realize I can't treat this streaming business or the streaming world no different than I treat somebody on the street. I can't treat them no different. Because this person if I was as welcoming and nice to the person on the street, they'll rob me right then and there. Why do it online? I had to teach myself that. So if I have not met you personally after being in your chat and a couple PAXs have passed, I start pulling away because it's like I don't really know you.
Yeah.
I can't send my community to you because I don't know who you are truthfully in person. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I can't do it, man. And it's like, gee, he hosts music channels all the time. Yeah. And I ain't ashamed about it either. Because why should I give you my community and you don't even really welcome me in your community, and two, don't give me live hosts when I'm giving you 70 plus people. You know what I mean? I'm giving you 70 plus people. Hell, sometimes 100 something people. And then sometimes it's only 40 people. It all depends on the show or what game I'm playing, because it's like they can watch me for only so long. But if their favorite show isn't on, they're not going to stay. And I respect that. It's like me watching a TV show and the next show come on. If I don't like the show, I'm going to change the channel. It's the same thing in the stream world. They may not like the game I'm playing. And that's fine. That's fine. It's cool. Because I know for a fact every Monday everybody's going to be there. Everybody's going to be there on Monday because it's Monday Night VMR. That's my wrestling show. It's like a show like no other. So everybody's going to be there on Monday. Now, for the rest of the week, it's a hit and miss because it depends on what game I'm playing.
Yeah.
So, but, it is what it is. That's just what streaming is. It's like watching live television. That's all it is, man. It's like watching live television. If you put on a good show, people are going to be there. Butts are going to be in the seats. People are going to be there for the entertainment. If your shit is whack, ain't nobody going to be there. Or people are going to be there and it's a bunch of lurkers. My chat stay moving. And I may not have the same people in there every day, but the chat stay moving. Because people are talking, playing games, and just having a good damn time. And that's all I wanted my channel to be, was like, cheers. Everybody knows your name. They just come in there and just have a good time. That's it. And I achieved that. I have achieved that. Now I just make sure it stays running. I make sure everybody is happy. Anybody has a problem, I always say what? Hit me in the DM. Everybody knows if they ever hit me in the DM, I respond like that because they're part of the community. I am the leader of this community. I lead by example. Now, if I'm an asshole, people they're going to know that my community is a bunch of assholes. You are your community. So I always make sure that I put out that I'm the nice guy. I try to be nice and answer questions and welcome everybody. But slowly but surely, I have been changing. I have been changing a lot because I'll be honest with you folks. It's getting harder to do it. What's up, Nemesis? Nemesis was here for a long time too. He came in trolling. He's in the chat right now. He came in trolling. And he's one of the longest supporters. Yeah. He went from troll to support. So as you grow, you get a different type of visitors. Let's just say that different type of visitors. So you get people who you think are your friends or want to be friends or get to know you or whatever, and that's not the intention. Their intentions is to try to take your community, try to find out who your who your people pay the most embers. Try to go pay them a visit if they're alive.
It's really like that.
Shit, yeah. I see it all the time.
Damn.
I see it all the time, and I'm not ashamed to say it because the shit is true.
Yeah,
it's true. It's true. I see it all the time. But I don't worry about that because I can't worry about that. It's not for me to worry about. My main thing is I put on a good show and they're always back, dropping embers to the channel, making sure the channel survives. So I can't be as welcoming. So when I'm welcome people in, especially like people who are coming saying that they're streamers, I make sure to set them straight right then and there, because it's like you don't come into a person's house and go straight to their refrigerator.
Yeah, good example.
So so why come in here and say you're a streamer, and people gonna look at you and be like, okay, he's a streamer, so he's advertising.
Yep.
So and I'm I used to be like, hey, calm down, man, calm down, don't do. Now it's like, man, time his ass out, because it's to a point to where I'm kind of sick of it, because it happens all the time.
Yeah.
And it's mostly new people. Now, I'm not against all streamers coming in. Everybody knows that. I got a lot of members who are streamers, but every time I'm on, they're in the channel. So I support them. I go out there and I host when I can. I have auto hosts. I try to make sure everybody gets a host. It's a lot. It's a lot. But I try to be fair, and I try to be there for my community. So the more you in, the more you in the community, the more I'm gonna see, and the more I'm gonna try to make sure that the host hits you a little bit more. But that's if I don't see you as much, but you are sub, but you still come in from time to time, you may get a host or two. That's no secret. Everybody knows I operate like that. I'm very transparent on how I operate the channel. If you want to you got to show support to get support. And what did I used to say? People back in the day, you got to bring ass to get ass. If you don't bring no ass, you ain't get no ass. So it's like you want that support, you got to show support.
Yeah.
That is facts. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that's how I operate. I'm old school. I'm very old school. Everybody knows that. So if you're here showing support, I'm making sure that at least if you're streaming, I'm trying to make sure that the host hits you at least one time to give you at least 20 viewers to help you out, to bring you out the dungeon, because I didn't have that. Everything I earned, I had to earn the hard way, man. And it was tough. It was tough. There was a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of 3 a.m. work, and then get 2-3 hours of sleep, then wake back up, go to work full time. I still do it today, but I don't stay up to 3 o'clock in the morning anymore. But it's tough. It was tough, man. It was really, really tough, and that's why I'm so protective of it, because protective of my community, because I earned it. Everybody knows I put in. They got a saying for me. They say I'm the hardest working man on Mixer. People who know me on Mixer, they all say the same thing. Don't matter what streamer it is, they'll say Jiggy is the hardest working man on Mixer, and that's why I always take it kind of personal when I go in people's channel and they act like, well, "Who are you?" And I know you see me because you've been in my channel before. So it's like, yeah. And Good to Be Ali, he says part-time streamer, full-time badass. That's a going saying in our channel, man. So everybody knows how much work I put in, and I'm done patting myself on the back with the interview, with how good the channel is. I'm just want to be known that I'll put in a lot of damn work on this channel, and people know it. I know you made the shirt, man. I wore it yesterday. I wore it yesterday on the day off. So yeah, man. So yeah, you know, everybody knows it's no secret. And Gold Line, if you've seen the channel, you know what I'm talking about.
I have, yes. It's your community. It's much deserved, man. Like that's one of the reasons why I reached out to you. One of many reasons.
Gotcha.
You definitely deserve everything you have now, man. Especially now since you've obviously shared more than what you do on your streams for obvious reasons. But yes, man.
Right.
You put in a lot of work. And I see in your community here how they're giving you all the support and backing you up, and every word that you're saying solidifies the result of all those sleepless nights, man. I congratulate you on your hard work.
Well, I'll go ahead and beat you to that. Now we had some issues. I ain't gonna lie, the wife, that's a different story. You know, and I'll talk a little bit about that.
Okay.
Because I'm not ashamed about that. That's part of sharing, if you want, if I could say it like that. Basically, my wife went from having my attention 100% of the day or whenever she gets home to like 40-50%. Probably not even that. Me starting 2 years ago, she barely got any attention because I've been working on the stream, trying to get the stream where it needs to be, figuring out how to grow logos and, you know, all that kind of stuff. Where can I take my stream? How can I, what direction? All that stuff, you know, yeah, grinding, you know. So she was very, at that time, she didn't like it. She didn't like it. And I can understand why she didn't like it. And I can agree with her, you know. But even though she didn't like it, she knew what I was trying to do. So she made sure she took care of the kids and tried her best to keep them out the way. You know what I mean? Because I have a 4-year-old now and an 11-year-old. I have no problems with the 11-year-old. See, you heard that? That's the 4-year-old right there. So it's like always in the way, you know. So she's always doing her thing. So my wife would go to work full time, come home and cook, make sure the kids ate, you know, wash them up, homework, all that. My wife did all of that while I'm sitting at this desk doing what I do. You got to picture it through her eyes. I got a husband over here who went to work himself, in front of the screen, doing whatever he's doing on the computer, because she don't really know exactly everything about the channel and how about streaming, but doing what he does while she's slaving her ass off. So she had her feelings about that, and we just actually talked about it last month or so, or yeah, which is why I'm doing the schedule that I'm doing now, because last month, I guess it was the icing on the cake because it was Black History Month, and I was trying to make sure that I did my share of putting on awesome entertainment that show people who may have never seen me before or other Black streamers, because you know they highlighted Black streamers for Black History Month. Yeah, and I wanted to make sure I wanted to make sure I did my share to show some awesome entertainment of what Mixer had to offer, so that when Black History Month came next year, that they wouldn't hesitate to do it again. So that's why I put in extra work. I usually stream 4 days a week. For Black History Month, I stream 5. I stream Monday. What was it? Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday. So I added another day. So you can just imagine how she felt about that. Yeah, you know, especially dealing with just the 4 days that I do. Now she let me know it irked her, and you know, it looks like I'm just playing games and stuff like that, when that's not the case. You know what I'm saying? It's not the case. Yeah, I'm playing games, but there's a lot more than that. But if you're looking through her eyes, it looks like it's playing games, and I can understand that. You understand? You know what I mean, man? So anything and everything that she asks for, I make sure I do it or go buy it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I do that. But it was a talk last month that needed to happen. She finally, truly, after 2 years of streaming, she finally told me how she truly felt. And yeah, and it's not just me being away from the kids or you know her not feeling that I'm not doing my true share or whatever. It's also, as a woman, the channel is starting to have a lot of other women in the channel.
Yeah.
So it's a different experience for her, and she's learning to realize that there's nothing going on. It's just ladies love to be in this channel because, one, they know I'm not looking for nothing from them. They know I'm not trying to do anything with them. They know that I'm just being supportive, and they like the community because I like to say that I'm a dying breed. And she was like, "What do you mean?" I said, "Hey, man, I'm a man that takes care of his community and protects the ladies and gentlemen of my community. I'm a dying breed. You don't have too much anymore, So they like what they see, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's just, I like to think of myself as alpha. I am an alpha male. I may not act like it, but I definitely am. And she is. She hosts every time. She hosts all the time. She makes sure she hosts. And I'm answering Big Timer's question because her name is Wifey from the 80s. So
okay.
yeah. So she hosts all the time, man. But she doesn't like talking in the chat a lot. So there's some times where she does chat, and sometimes that she don't. But she knows what's going on because sometimes she'll read the chat. So she knows what's going on. But and then on top of that, like I said, a lot of ladies like to be in the chat because they know that I make sure that my chat is not tender.
Yeah.
Because I say it loud and clear. Hey, leave the Band of the Pooh ladies alone because this channel is not tender. And my chat can attest to that because it's happened a lot. But I make sure that they know to get the hell out of here with that. Because a lot of them like to come here and just relax and be part of the group, part of the community. You know what I mean?
Part of something, yeah. Without worrying about that fucking stick you got to deal with.
Yes, exactly. And that's why, Beans know. So, all right. It's nice. All right, it's nice. I gotta finish. All right. Yes, that is very lovely.
Is that like a picture?
Yeah.
Show us a picture.
Let me see it in there.
Gorgeous. That's a lot of colors too. Nice.
Yeah. She sits at the other desk where the other computer's at, and colors. Thank you. And she likes the color. She likes the color.
I see the artisticness in her. Yeah. Aquatic says good artist in the family. You can definitely see it very early on. It's there.
Oh man.
Well, damn, man. Thank you for sharing so much in your character creation, dude. Yeah, there's definitely a lot you put out there that I feel like a lot of people should hear. You're definitely a good advocate and a good catalyst for the standard that people should fucking have in their communities, man. And you definitely shed a lot of light, and a lot of things make sense now. Is how the stigma of this industry tends to be.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate your help, man.
No problem, man. I told you I was gonna be I was gonna try to be as open as possible, man.
Hey, you didn't try it. You did it. You fucking did it. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Yeah.
Honestly, man, much respect for showing you're human. Yeah, honestly, that's really the biggest thing is people tend to forget that we're not fucking humans and we're all more alike than people think.
Yeah, man.
And you're a good example of that, man. Thank you so much for being part of this industry.
I love it, man. And like I said, I love doing this, and I say it every stream. People, I just come out of nowhere. People just know I love doing this. I love doing this. I say it all the time. because when I first started, I wasn't that good at it. But as you start progressing and the chat starts saying, giving you hints like, "Hey, Jiggy, you may want to talk a little bit more." Do that. You start feeding off of people, and then I came into my own who I am today, and where I get on the show, they're like, he won't stop talking. It's because that boy is good, man. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Queenie? That boy good, man.
Hello,
So it's I met a lot of people on here. A lot of people have been with me here since day one. Not really day one, but met in other people's channel. Like I'm not ashamed to admit that like Toe, Beans, probably a few others I met in your gaming channel 2 years ago, 2017. So they've been here a long time, and that's how you build a community, man. You make sure that you develop that bond with the people who want to be part of your community. So it's something that I'm proud of. And when I'm going through all these channels on Mixer and stuff like that, I'm very proud of what I have, because a lot of people don't have. And when you looking in the dungeons of Mixer, I call it the dungeons of Mixers. Like if I'm streaming, let's say Rainbow Six Siege, either I'm in the front row or in the second, but most of the time I'm either number one spot or number two. When you go down there, there's a lot of no viewers and stuff like that, and that's why I'm very grateful for what I have. And I know that I didn't say that, Bobo. I know what I know. I didn't get what I have overnight.
Yeah,
I didn't get it. People don't understand that I've been doing this a long time.
Yeah,
a long time. So, and that's what I try to tell people who are community members, who are aspiring streamers or whatever like that. Whatever, that it's not going to happen overnight. And if you choose to do fast growth, when you blow up real quick, the only other way after you blow up, go right back down. So I've always chosen slow growth over fast. Hence why I never streamed Fortnite. I never streamed that. And it's not that it's a bad game. It's just not my cup of tea. But I also know what comes with that territory. Yeah, you'll blow up, you'll get all the numbers, you'll get all the views or whatever. But as soon as you get tired of playing that damn game, that's it. You find another game to play, all your numbers go out the window, and you starting from zero again. And that's why I was like, you know what? The game's not bad, and I give it a bad rap. I do give it a bad rap because I just like doing it. I like poking, and I even have a song called "Fuck Fortnite." So it's that I played on stream one time, and a lot of my friends who are streamers didn't like it. They like this. They like it, but they think I shouldn't have played it.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
I shouldn't have played it. So they love the song. Everybody loves the song because it's on the greatest hits commercial that I have. So they like it, but then like, Jiggy, don't be playing that on stream, man. So I stopped playing it on stream, and I actually, I made sure that I didn't put that out there nowhere. It's just a short little clip on the greatest hits album commercial that everybody loves and giggles at. So it's there.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out.
It's there, but it is not out there.
Yeah.
But other than that, I tell them all the time I love doing this, and I love doing it, and I love my community, and the community knows there's nothing I wouldn't do for them, and vice versa. There's nothing that my community wouldn't do for them. Do for me. If I need, I know for a fact that they'll do their best to try to make sure I have, and that's what the community is all about, man.
Of course, man. Man, thank you so much for sharing. How much more time you got with us?
How much you need, man?
Probably another 35, 40 minutes.
Okay, I can still go.
Okay, let's get it. All right, so the next topic we're going to get into. With every character you create, there's always a set of attributes you set your character. So, Jiggy, I'm gonna name off a few characteristic traits, and I'm gonna you rate yourself from 1 to 5, 5 being the highest.
Okay.
Let's get it. First one's grit.
Grit?
Grit.
Like the go get it attitude type thing? Like grip or grit?
Grit with the T.
Oh, grit. You said 1 through 5? Not grits.
Platinum got to be that one, huh?
And I just want to make sure grit, like in
like your drive, your drive. Your drive.
That's a 5.
All right,
I really go get it. Because whenever I think of something that I want or want to do, I make sure I do it. 10.
10.
Yeah, everybody knows I go out there and get what I need. If there's something that I want to do for the channel and I can't figure and I don't know how to do it, I make sure I go make sure I figure it out. I make sure if I need to do a 5-hour stream, I do a 5-hour stream. Whatever I need to do, I do it. That's that's just what it is. Yeah, that is our saying, Matthew. Bobo. We're a channel that our saying is we one up it.
One up.
So whatever you're doing in life, whatever you work for somebody, whatever they ask you to do, you do it that and more. You one up it. You constantly challenge yourself, constantly push yourself, one up it. So when I make a video, everybody knows that the next video I got to try to one up it, and which I constantly have done. But this last video is gonna be tough to one up it because it was awesome. So I gotta figure out how to one up it. So that's why for grit, I would say I'm a 5.
Optimism.
What else? I'm trying to be honest, people. Optimism, like I always do sometimes sell myself a little short. And I am my hardest critic. Sometimes I'm not too optimistic if I can't get it done right away.
Okay.
I would have to say a 3. I'm bad in that level. I'm impatient. Yes, I am impatient at times. Damn good to be Ali. You've been watching too long. You've been part of the community too long, man. Yeah. So a little impatient, and I am my hardest critic. Sometimes I'm not optimistic when I really should be, but it's just my nature. It's just how I was raised, and it's just what it is. Sometimes you're a little too cocky, but I would say about a 3 or 4.
Loyalty.
That is like off the charts. You can't. I'm super loyal, man. 5 times 100
1 million right there.
Yeah. Everybody knows. Hey, I've never done anything I said I wouldn't do. Anything I said I was going to do, I did it. Period. I'm very loyal because that's all I got. I got, all I got is like what Scarface says, my
balls and my word.
That's all I got. I ain't got nothing else.
And I don't break them from no one.
Nobody. From no one.
No one. Yep. Spirituality.
I'm very spiritual, man. I was raised in was it Catholicism? I can't pronounce it as a Catholic. But as you grow up, the glass isn't half, when you grow up, it's like half full. I mean, when you're a kid, it's half full. When you're an adult, it's half empty. Because you start reading and understanding everything that I grew up on. Like, let's say, don't do this, don't do that. But then the leaders of your religion are doing the exact opposite.
Yeah.
So you start looking at things differently, and I started believing more in that too. Do as I say, not do as I do. So I started looking more into uh being with oneself. Like it's hard for me to put in words, but karma, like karma is my spiritual leader.
Mm-hmm.
So basically,
kind of like the law of the universe, law of attraction.
Yeah,
in a sense.
Yeah, you put something out there, you're gonna get that back in times 10. So I make sure that I what's up, Ace? How you doing, man?
What's up, Ace?
Yeah. So what I do is I make sure I put good vibes out, so I always give good vibes in return.
Mm-hmm.
I don't misuse people because it'll come back on you tenfold.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about karma, man. If you don't want something done to you, don't do it to anybody else, no matter what they do to you. Because what's going to happen is, even though they did it to you, it's going to come back on them. When you see, this is 2 examples.
Yeah.
Let's just say you may have somebody who's really trying to pick your community. Let's say something like, hey, let's see if we get this person or that person and try to come check us out, and let's see if we can get that big donator from Jiggy or whatever. The laws of the universe know what you're trying to do.
Yep.
I don't have to do anything. I say, go ahead and go. Go ahead and do it. It's funny how you see some of those channels fail, only can get 9 viewers, and they've been streaming for 2 years. It's all about karma. It's all about what energy you put out in the universe. I make sure everything is positive. I don't have time to be negative. I don't have time to tell lies, because I don't have the brain space to remember lies. Because when you lie, you got to remember your next lie, and then you start forgetting your lies. And then, but who don't forget your lies? The people you tell them to.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I always tell the truth and be done with it, even if the truth may put me in a bad light. Like, yeah, I didn't do it, man, or man, I fucked up. I didn't do it, or I was wrong. It hurts, but at least they know that when I fuck up, they know I tell the truth and be done with it. And be done with it, man. So that's that. That's all I got to say about the spirituality thing, man. That's I used to go to church a lot until I just started believing less in what they were trying to teach.
Mm-hmm.
So I started being like, now I still believe that there is a certain being out there,
sense of a higher power.
Yeah, there's a sense of something that's out there, but I don't know what it is. I just make sure that I treat people right. I don't do wrong by people. I don't lie to people. If I can't do it, I tell them I can't do it. And I've been fine. I've been fine ever since. Good things have been happening to me.
How ironic, huh?
Yeah. Just being a good guy and only snap on people who are doing wrong. That's it.
Yeah.
So that's all I got to say about the spiritual stuff.
Confidence.
Everybody, oh my God, man. Everybody says I'm real cocky. And when I first started streaming, I didn't have that cockiness. I slowly developed cockiness because I know that everything that I've done with the channel, and then when you go to like PAX South, PAX West, you hear people talking about your channel like, man, you do all this and do all that, and I wish I could do this, I could do that. You're a part-time guy, how the hell you get all this stuff? And just straight hating. I don't want to say hating, that's such a strong word, but it's like, why would you tell me that? You know what I mean? So it naturally develops to where when I get on stream, I'm JiggythePoo, I'm the shit. That's why my name's JiggythePoo. So on there, I'm gonna be a little cocky with it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because I know that I have the production to back up my cockiness. At the same time, my entertainment value is through the roof as well. So I know what I am. I just don't like to show it all the time, man. having a big ego. Well, I do, and that's what I'm saying. I have a big. That's no secret. But
Yeah.
everybody knows I'm a kind and caring person.
A lot of people yeah, a lot of people, sorry to interrupt, but a lot of people misinterpret ego. That's the thing.
So it's like, people say, "Oh, Jiggy, your head big today." I'm like, it's always big. It's always big.
I'm just showing it a little bit more today.
I'm just showing it a little bit more today. Because what I do, what I do, oh man, that boy good. I got a command where I pop up, that boy good, and I always say, I'm gonna pat myself on the back, man. Step back, kiss myself, man. That's how awesome that boy is, man. So I do, I do stuff like that, and they love it, man. But that I'm really a kind and caring person, especially the people who've met me in person. They it's a certain spiritual vibe that they get from me when they shake my hand. They're like, this guy may be cocky and a big ego on stream, but he is real kind. And that's also my downfall too. I'm too kind. But Panther, you met me, man. Come on, man. You know how I am, and they like, Jiggy, you need to be more real on stream. And I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, you need to be kind and caring and stuff on stream and not as cocky and all that and confident on stream. I'm like, I'm JiggythePoo. How would that even work on stream? But at the same time, it's not really putting up. It's not putting up like a fake character, because in real life, I'm kind of cocky too. It's just that I show it more on stream. You know what I'm saying? I show it more on stream, less in real life. Mm-hmm. But this is the same and everybody can tell you, Jiggy is the same person that you get offline that you see on stream. It's the same guy. It's just that when I'm shaking your hand and talking to you, I'm not saying that boy good and patting myself on the back and all that kind of stuff. I'm not doing all that. It's the confidence level that when I'm talking to you and getting to know you, that people say I have a great spirit or something like that.
Charisma.
Charisma. Over 9,000. I'm not trying to be cocky, man. I have a lot of charisma. I'm always showing my charisma on stream and showing my spirit and showing my people. I just want people to, if they're going to give me their time, which is something that you can't get back. Mm-hmm. If they're going to give me that, I got to make sure that I give them all of me and put on a good show as well. So yeah, my charisma is high, my confidence is high, my ego is high. All that's high, but at the same time, it meshes well with the channel.
Yeah,
it meshes well with the channel. So yeah, I have a lot of charisma, and people feed off of it. They feed it. They're like, Jiggy, man, I was having a bad day, man. But every time I come to your damn show, man, I forget about all the pain and trouble that I have that I had throughout the day, man. You give me that, man, and thank you. Just those messages right there, those type of messages that I get sometimes during the DM or even through a whisper, lets me know that I'm doing the right thing, and I'm doing it for the right reason. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, man?
Yeah.
I'm doing it for the right reason. I know that my channel attracts a lot of people with issues, and there's nothing wrong with that, because the way that I do my channel, it's very different. It's very fun. They can come in here and be interactive with the channel. I have one of the most interactive channels on Mixer. Shitload of commands for subs and stuff, so people lose themselves. They lose when they come to the channel. They lose what problems they're going through, at least for 4 hours, because that's all I can, for 4 to 5 hours. That's what I can give them every other day or every day or whenever I stream. And a lot of people need that.
A lot
of people need that. And that goes back to Big Bad Worm saying, Jiggy, it's not just starting up your stream and playing games. You develop a bond with these viewers. And now I understand what Big Bad Worm was talking about. Mm-hmm. Is that you develop a bond with your community that they come and they share their problems with you. And you're a mentor, not a counselor. All I can do is tell you what I would do and what I think would help you if you did that the way that I would do it. I'm not a counselor and damn sure not a psychiatrist because I can't give you scripts. So I always make sure I let them know I can't diagnose you. All I can do is help you and give you an ear to vent. And I'll be like, hey, man. And people know if it's, that's your fuck up. You did that. You know what I'm saying? I don't coddle. I said, I have 2 kids I have to coddle already. I said, I don't coddle anybody in my community. Everybody in my community is held responsible for their own actions. So even if it's actions in the real world, and if you're telling me your actions, I'll let you know if you're wrong, man. I'll be like, hey, man, I feel you're wrong, man. You may need to and go home with some flowers or something. You know what I'm saying, man? So I'm very honest with my people, and people love that about me. You know, the main thing that they love is that the accessibility, and basically just sending a DM. Hey, Jiggy, how was your day? It was great. Okay, that's all I wanted. All right. Ooh. You know, it'd be like that sometimes.
Yeah, of course.
You know, and there's some people who are streamers or whatever who won't even do that. You know, they won't even do that. And yet they wonder why my community is so supportive.
Hopefully they watch this podcast and understand why.
Yeah, I'm giving a lot of free gems.
Something.
You know, so
yeah.
Right, man, go ahead.
Stubbornness.
I'm very stubborn.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm very stubborn.
Is it in general or like particular aspects, like your community, of course?
Not with the community. Okay. In real life, if I really don't feel like doing something I know is for the better of me, but I just don't feel like doing it because it's not my idea. Mm-hmm. You know, then yeah, I'll be hesitant to move on it, but I'll still do it. But I'm very stubborn. My wife can attest to that, and you know, other streamers can attest to that who are real close with me. Calypso can attest to that. That I'm very stubborn. She'll give me great ideas, and I won't implement them until like months later. And when I implement them, the channel, it boosts the channel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, Jiggy should be like, Jiggy, I told you to do that for your channel months ago. You know, you could have been doing this months ago. And I'd be like, it wasn't my idea. But, you know, it's, you know, it is what it is. It is what it, you know, so, you know, it is what it is.
Forgiveness.
That's another issue that people say I have, is that I'm too forgiving.
Ooh.
A lot of people say that Jiggy in this business, in this industry, and it's just business. That's how they refer to it. And I'm very forgiving with my community because I have to be forgiving with my community because they're my community. I'm not going to outcast anybody in my community when they do wrong. Now, will they get a spanking? Yeah. I've timed some of my community out before for a long times. Because like I said, everybody is responsible for their actions and how they treat people and stuff in our channel. That is very lovely, Nunu. Let me finish this interview. All right. Everybody, okay. She wants to show that one. Nice.
That's different. Yeah, that's nice.
All right. So everybody is responsible for their own. Kelly. All right. They see it. All right. Everybody's responsible for their actions. And I'll hold everybody accountable. I don't care if you've been here since I started. If you do something that's wrong, you're going to get a spanking. You're going to get a timeout. You're going to get whatever you're going to get. Or I may get on stream and actually talk about you without talking about you. And everybody in the chat knows I've already done that recently. Mm-hmm. But I didn't ban the person. I didn't ban him. I didn't time him out. I said, if you want to be here, you still be here. But I'm gonna let you know you're fucking up. And I need you to stop. I need you to grow up. And he's been good. He's been on point. He did a 180. He's done a 180. He's been a damn good community member. Damn good community member. And I'm proud that he done that. But there's some people who would just ban him. Yeah, whatever, Toe. There's some people that would just ban him, man. You know, and that's not me. Because we're a community. And when you're a community like that, there's some people that just do things out of anger.
Yeah.
And you have to sit back and realize that they're people too. You know, they're not just a name on this damn chat.
Yeah,
they're people. So you got to treat them like a person, and you get to know people's attitudes. Trust me, even through words, you get to know their attitude after reading their words for months and years. You know who they are. You know how they are, especially if they're a streamer. But there's some community members I know they're assholes, but they're Band of the Pooh assholes. Their asshole only come out every once in a while. Most of the time they cool. Yeah. Then there's some people who be in the game, they get mad and they cussing everybody out, you know, and then you got to deal with that. But at the same time, I'm here as a community leader. I lead by example. If I'm forgiving and I forgive you, you can sit here and take this and take it and apply it in your real life and make your life better. Mommy. Be forgiving sometimes, but never forget. But you can forgive. You understand what I'm saying, man? There's a lot of people who forgive or don't even forgive. They just write the person off, and it could be an honest mistake. There's too much of that these days. So I'm actually teaching a lot of younger folks who are in my channel, honestly, how to be a true man. Forgive when it's time to forgive, but don't forget. There's nothing wrong with a second chance. Give somebody a second chance. Be open, but don't forget. You know? And I have a lot of older folks who are in my channel too, who are just like me. And that's why we mesh so well too.
Yeah, you know? Naturally. So,
yeah. So that's just what it is, man. You know, and I get a lot of people like I get a lot of I used to get a lot of DMs, not a lot now, of Jiggy, man, my girlfriend and this and girlfriend that broke up, and I don't know what to do. That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, so I talked to them about that. You know, so it's I try to give people a different perspective on life and how to handle problems in life. And the only way I can do that is by what I do in the stream. If I'm very, all right, you done messed up, ban them. Especially if they've been here a long time. What is that teaching anybody, man? There's so many people I forgave, but I never forget, man. But I forgave. And if I see you in the street, I still talk to you. I still shake your hand, but I never forget what you've done. You know, so that's what I try to teach people, is to be not so closed off and standoffish, and if somebody mess up, write them off.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I try and tell people not to do. Give them a chance. Give people a chance, man. Because people ain't perfect, man. Because if people were perfect, everybody be able to walk on.
Yeah.
You know, but we all mess up. I mess up. But you know, you got to forgive, man. And that's the problem with this world today, man. Not enough forgiveness in this world. Not enough. Everybody's just like for themselves. Can't be like that. And again, and people wonder why the channel is so successful. It's all about what you put out there. Because believe it or not, you on this internet thing, on the internet thing, you're projecting something out there in the real world. You're not leaving your house, you're projecting something out there in the real world. And I want to make sure I project the best me every time I hit that start stream. And that's why people keep coming back. And, plus everything else I told you earlier.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm proud of what I've done. I'm proud of what I made. At the same time, like I said, my wife does 80% of the work while I'm sitting here streaming. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I couldn't do it without her letting me do it. You understand what I'm saying, man?
Yeah, I see where you're coming from, man.
So she's a big part of this, even though she's not really here, if you know what I'm saying. So, it's tough at times, but at the same time, I love it, man. Love it. Love what I do here. I love what I put out there for Mixer. I love it, man. I can't stop saying I love it.
All right, last one, my friend. Luck.
I'm very lucky. I'm very lucky.
How so?
Well, I always did think that streaming is like 50% luck. And the reason I say that is because you see all these streamers we have now. How many streamers you could say that actually been on front page and feature all the time and all that? How many times?
Quite a bit.
I've been up there a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I have an awesome community. My community is by a lot of word of mouth. I had some people who brought people to the community. Actually, in the DMs, this person's been looking for a community for the longest, man. I've been part of your community for the longest. What can you please welcome this person in and make that person feel like make it feel like a home and like a place to belong? So a lot of people done that. And yeah, right there you go. Good to be Ali. So, it's a lot of luck with this. I'm lucky that the community members feel a certain way about me to recommend other people to come to the community. To come to the community.
Yeah.
So I'm very lucky because a lot of people don't even. They're just like, okay, I'm on to the next streamer. I'm on to the next streamer.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's what it is. That's, people put my name out there and, they my viewership, my CCV, concurrent viewership, is all over the place. And people probably don't understand why. There's a lot of reason why it's all over the place. It's because some days everybody has off and everybody can be here. Some days I'm hosted a lot because a lot of people are not here today. Everybody's at work.
Yeah.
It's just a community that I have, but at the same time, when Mixer looks at it, it's very profitable because people, hey, Jiggy, I have a few extra dollars a day. I'm giving them to you. Now imagine that 20 times on a stream by 20 different people, so the channel's real profitable. I'm very lucky to have a community that's a working community that takes care of the channel. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, working crazy. My community hours are all over the place, man. I got people that work nights. I got people that work morning. It's all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
So the good thing is my community works. So when I need something, they help out.
Yeah, it makes sense. A lot of these other streamers, they have like a younger community.
Yeah, and they have no money. So when they do they depend on try to get sponsorships and from companies and all kinds of stuff. Mm-hmm. I don't have to do that. I had a $2,000 goal for PAX West. They did that in under 30 days. Actually, they did it in a week and a half. They donated $2,000. But that's what I say, that I don't ask for nothing. And sometimes it kind of makes them a little upset that I don't ask for anything. Because it's like, I only ask when I need. So when I put a $2,000 goal up there for tickets and all this other kind of, a PAX West trip,
Yeah.
they did it. They do it. They do it. Just like that. So that's why they feel a lot of them just want to donate to the channel, and they do it to show that that what I do is appreciated. Will you stop? All right, that's enough. That's enough. Daddy's working. I'm working. That everything that I do is appreciated. They tell me all that all the time, and a lot of them tell me, Jiggy, if I could give more, I would, but I can't. And I'm like, oh, come on, Ducky, chill out. A lot of them are only able to donate 100 embers. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with that. What do I always say, man? That 50 and that 100, that 100 and that 50 add up. So imagine you got everybody doing 50 cents here, 50 here, $1 here, empty the pockets, 40 embers here. All that adds up.
Numbers.
Yeah. I said, I'll take it all.
Mm-hmm.
Go in your couch cushions. See if you can find any more embers there. I had people who donated 10 embers.
Yeah.
I said, I'll take them. It all adds up.
Mm-hmm.
And not everybody can do 10,000, 5,000, 30,000. I'll take whatever I can, whatever they want to drop. Some people are able to drop that kind of embers. And I get that from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
I get that from time. There's, I do. But most of the time it's 50, 50, 50, 50, 100, 100, 100. But it's a lot of 50s and 100s. So you take all that and you add them up.
Yep.
So they're very, very, they really love to contribute and make it known that they're contributing to the channel, and they take care of the channel. And every time I do a scene switch and show the setup that they purchased me.
Yeah, I noticed that. Your setup is top notch.
Yeah, they did it.
That's insane.
With donos, embers, back when Sparks actually had payouts. A lot of that was bought with their Spark money. All the screens and all that stuff. It was purchased with their Spark money. So that's what I always say, that whatever they donate to the channel, it goes back into the channel. So like this week I bought two deluxe games because I couldn't get a code for them. So we bought One Piece and Doom, the deluxe editions. As you already know, those are like what, $89.99 with tax, about $98.
Yeah.
So we spent $200. Yeah, about $200. But I didn't need the $200 because I didn't have to do a dono run because they already paid for it with all those hundreds and 50 Ember donos.
Yeah.
So that's why I always say it adds up. And that's why I love my community, man. I really do.
It's amazing, man. I can tell. Man. Shout out to you. All right, man. So we created your character and you set your attributes. Now you're off to your main quest. So what is your main quest?
That too, good to be Ali. My main quest, honestly, even though you gave me the questionnaire or whatever to do it, I couldn't find out what my main quest was, because I do it for my community. Once my community stops showing up and don't want to be here anymore, then I think I would stop. I have no main quest, man. It's a place for everybody to hang out and have a good time. I'm not trying to be the next Dr. Disrespect. I'm not trying to be the next Ninja or nothing like that. I'm just trying to have a community that is very different from everybody else, and wants to be here, and wants, when I hit that start stream, get a few people in here. And it always starts off like that. I get about 20 or 30 people. And then about an hour and a half later, then that's when they start trickling in, and I start getting to the 50s, 60s, 70s. and on a good day in the hundreds. So I'll be like, man, a lot of the subs are showing up today, because it is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, if every sub can show up, man, I'd be over 200, man, on views if every sub could show up. But not everybody can show up every stream, so it is what it is, man. So yeah, the end goal is just to continue to provide a safe place for anybody who wants to be here. I accept any and everybody who wants to be here, man.
Yeah.
I don't care if what side of the track you grew up on. I don't care if you're rich or poor, black, white, Asian, Hispanic. I don't care. I don't care if you're straight, gay, whatever. If you want to be here, be here. Don't be ashamed to be here. Don't be ashamed to be a sub and drop my emotes in other people's channels. Be proud to be a Band of the Pooh member. Because we worked hard for those emotes. We got 16 emotes. A lot of people don't have 16 emotes. Drop those emotes. Y'all earned those emotes. And for anybody who's wondering about if I accept the LGBTQ community, I have 2 stickers for them to let them know that they're welcome here. Because I know a lot of, I don't want to say I know a lot of folks, but I know a few in real life.
Yeah.
And it's hard for them. It's hard for them to be themselves. And at least if they go to my channel, they can be themselves. They can be who they are and not fear to be who they are. You know what I mean? It's hard for me to put in words, but I accept any and everybody, and that's just the way I roll. That's just the way I roll. What's up, Beige Tapestry? How are you? And I may be a straight male or whatever, but anybody who wants to be here, regardless of where you're from, what you do on your own time or whatever, if you want to be here, be here. I welcome you. And I got a lot of black, I have had some back for stickers and stuff, people telling me stickers. I have 2 stickers that actually have all are welcome, and basically the all are welcome. The all part is in rainbow colors, and I have a Macho Man Pooh hat. That's my alter ego that I go on. It's black machoism if you know your wrestling, but it's Macho Man persona with me doing it.
Okay.
So it's a sticker with me in a cowboy hat, and that sticker is in rainbow colors too.
Okay. So why the backlash though?
Well, because a lot of the males that come in, who I don't know who they are, they come in there and they'll be like, that's going to be your downfall on your channel and all that kind of stuff, ignorance, you know what I'm saying? And we heard it and we banned them.
Yeah.
Because I don't want that in my channel. And it's crazy. It's really crazy. A lot of people come in there and they drop this, they look at the sticker and they'll be like, it's really stupid. And I don't want nobody to be offended when I say this, but I'm just being an open book right now.
Yeah.
When people, when I first added those stickers, people they'll use the sticker and be like, what are you, gay or something, man? And it's crazy, dude. And it's like, first of all, if you got to ask that, then you're not old enough to even be, because this channel is for people who are grown, or at least grown in the mind.
Yeah.
Who want to be here. Now, that sticker I made to let people know that they can be here and be themselves. And if you are part of the community, the LGBTQ community, you're welcome here. That's why I did the stickers. Because I want everybody to know that all are welcome in my channel. All are welcome. Because, and like I said, that's I know some in the real world. I don't want to say streaming ain't the real world, but I know people who are that way. That's what they do. That's just who they are. And I'm cool with them.
Mhm.
I'm cool with this. I don't understand the hate. I really don't. But then again,
Ignorance.
I do. I do understand why, because they were brought up a certain way or in a certain religion that how that goes.
Yeah.
So that's why I have no religion talk in my chat. So because it can open up a whole bunch of
Yeah.
it's crazy, man.
Uh,
But other than that, it is what it is, man. And a lot of my supporters who be in the channel, they are from the community.
yeah.
So I'm like, we chilling in here. If you don't like it, get the fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why a lot of people like coming here, man. Period.
All right. Well, that was your main quest. What are some side quests?
Get to a point to where everybody on Mixer know who JiggythePoo is.
Okay. Trying to be like the face of Mixer, or at least one of the many faces?
I wouldn't say the face, but like when they say JiggythePoo, people know. And a lot of people say Jiggy. A lot of people know who you. And I'll be like, I don't know that. Everybody already know who Jiggy is. Oh, come on, Rebel. And that's what I'm saying. I don't know that. I said I don't know that.
Yeah.
But a lot of people say they do. A lot of people say that Jiggy, you're real well known on the platform. And I'm like, I always tell them, but where the numbers at though?
I mean, real shit though, it's real.
Yeah, like, I'm just saying, where the numbers at? And they say, Jiggy's not about numbers, man, but people know who you are. You mentioned Jiggy and they know who you talking about. You are a homemade franchise on Mixer. So that's a problem that some of my close streaming friends have a problem with me too, is that they say I won't accept that I'm not a small guy anymore. And I'm like, it's hard for me to do it because that's how I came up in the on Mixer as the small guy trying to just get his name out there to people to come to the channel,
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not small anymore, and that's what they've been trying to tell me.
Yeah.
And I just don't want to accept it because a part of me doesn't want to guess admit it, or I don't know. I don't know. It's just I always tell them I just want to get out here and stream, man. I want to just have a community and just stream.
Do you feel like it's hard for you to take in that reality because I'm not saying you are, but do you fear that it might change you a little bit?
Honestly, in a way, yeah, because of the cockiness.
Yeah.
But in a different, on the flip side of that, I know I would still be the same guy.
Yeah.
It's just that I just don't want to have a different set of rules.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, you're a big guy now. There's certain things you can't do and get away with that the smaller guys can do. So even if I was to say, what can basically smaller guys can make a mistake on their stream and not pay for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I made the same mistake, especially like on a feature or something, I would definitely pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I don't want to live by those rules. Like if you, Ducky, like if you say something that you didn't mean to say, let's say, misinterpret something.
Yeah.
Anything like that. You misinterpret something on the big stage, you're going to be held accountable.
Mm-hmm.
I already know if I misinterpret something on the big stage and I say something I didn't mean to say, anything, I will be held accountable because I'm JiggythePoo and everybody knows who JiggythePoo is. And I know that. It's just I don't want to accept it because those are the rules that I have to live by, even though I know I have to live by accepting being a bigger guy on the platform.
Yep.
because all Mixer's going to say is you can accept not being the bigger guy on the platform, but your numbers say otherwise. So you are a big guy on the platform. You said this, oh, I need you to issue an apology. You know what I'm saying? And there's been some times where the bigger guys have had to issue apologies.
Yep.
You know, and that's what I'm talking about. It's the same rules, but one is enforced more for the guys up here.
And I think it's the fact that there's an obligation that you have more of a responsibility to
exactly.
the repertoire you built for yourself, and that platform that you've built the repertoire to, as a sense of, I guess you could, what's that word? Trust for you.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, man. Mm-hmm. You know, so it's like that's why I don't really want to accept it. But at the same time, I can say I don't want to accept it at all. But I have to accept it because of who I am. That's
where that stubbornness kicks in, huh?
Exactly. You're getting it now.
Yeah, something.
You're getting it now, man.
So, all right, man. Well, you did your main quest. Now you finished your side quest. Now you're off to your final boss. So what is your final boss you wish to conquer?
Well, I did think a little bit about that one. I was saying that it would be a mirror match. And basically, yeah, it would be a mirror match. And basically, it would be to one up myself. What can I do to put myself above what I'm doing already right now? So I'm thinking, be bigger, be better production, better streaming skills, better equipment, be better than the guy that I was last year or the year before, or each year I have to be better. That's why I say a mirror match, continuously to be better than who I am right now. That'll be my final quest. Final fight with myself and defeat my old self with my new self.
So say you do that, you conquer yourself, your own final boss, and it hits game over. What is the legacy or impact you wish to leave? Opens up.
Basically, being different, going against the grain is okay. Being yourself is okay. Doing a stream that is different from the norm is okay. Because that's exactly what my stream is. It's different, very different. And that you can implement your own ideas on your own channel, on stream, and be successful. And I'm living proof of that. I know I am. Do I want to accept it? As you know, no, I don't. But I'm living proof of that. I want to be such a legacy, or let's say that Mixer lasts a long time. Let's say Mixer blows up to Twitch level one day.
Mm-hmm.
And I be like, hey, hanging my headset and my mic up. I want anybody who follows the channel to have my emotes. I want my emotes to be retired on the channel, on the platform. I want to leave such a legacy on Mixer that everybody and their mama can get the Band of the Pooh emotes, and everybody know what I've done for the platform.
Very safe file, my friend. Last question. Where can people find you?
What you mean? Where can they find me?
Yeah, people that just discovered you. Yeah, where can people find you?
They find me on Mixer. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, like this is like plugging in your socials, you know?
Oh, okay. JiggythePoo on Twitter. The official JiggythePoo on Facebook. I mean, not Facebook. Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
JiggythePoo Gaming. JiggythePoo Gaming on Mixer. What's the other one? JiggythePoo Gaming on Facebook. Jiggy the Poo Gaming on YouTube. It's all Jiggy the Poo or Jiggy the Poo Gaming, other than the official Jiggy the Poo. I wish I could have that, and on my Discord as well.
Awesome. Yeah. All right, man. Once again, thank you so much for your time and sharing your story, sharing your save file with everybody here on this platform today. I feel like anybody who hears it is definitely going to learn a lot, not just about the industry, but about themselves. And what that's a good self-reflection. You're teaching a good way to self-reflect on what you really want in life and how to go for what you want.
Gotcha, my man.
Thank you so much. So, to close out, what is your name and whose save file is this?
My name is Jiggy the Poo, and the save file is Jiggy the Poo.
All righty, man. For everybody in the chat that came in, dude, thanks for all the love and support you showed, all the follows, the sparks, the embers. I see y'all. It doesn't go unnoticed. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. The Poo fam is definitely one hell of a community to remember, and I sure as hell won't forget this experience anytime soon. Jiggy, awesome.
No problem, man. And thank you for being the first guy to ask me to do an interview.
That's actually, wow, I have that honor. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I wonder if they're going to start rolling in. Hey, man, get one in here, man.
Yeah, now I'll say, okay, all right.
All right, you know. But hey, I'm just glad that you asked. And I'm happy that people who are actually here or who may see the VOD get to know who I am a little bit better.
Well, of course, I'll be putting it on YouTube. Video on YouTube, and then the audio version would be on podcasts platforms.
Gotcha, my man.
Alrighty, sir. Well, again, thank you so much for the chat. Closing out. And if you guys been stuck in here, some of the OGs in here for the whole 2.5 hours. Y'all in here doing much love, much support. Stay happy,
my man.
Yeah, stay happy, stay healthy, and most of all, gamers, stay golden. Until next time, my friends. Yo.